Okay, well, uh, hi, I'm Jesus Morales, and I am going to present the article Would biocorridors substantially improve soil properties in low altitude rural benchlands? Are these good authors? Okay. Um, okay, the first is the abstract, and this study examines soil properties in 30 and 60 year old agricultural biocorridors and provides a comparative overlay with neighboring farmland, both mixing and undisturbed soil samples. Samples were collected from six biocorridors areas in Czech Republic to access a wide spectrum of either physical, chemical, and biological soil properties. Biocorridor soils were characterized by higher water retention, and porosity, aeration, and soil carbon stock. The results of this article confirm biocorridors as an important landscape component and contributing to both soil stability and local revitalization of our soil environments, and further emphasizing their potential as climate change mitigation tools in their roles as carbon sinks. Well, like introduction and plus, okay, long-term application of conventional farming methods on agricultural lands can result in degradation process causing physical, chemical, and biological change to a considerable depth in the soil profile. Um, the biocorridors play a significant role in improving both the quantity of organic matter and the form it takes, with left litter from forest biocorridors, helping restore humification process and increasing carbon sink levels compared with open agricultural land. And this study was in the sector public and with artificial biocorridors, classes as structural elements within the Czech Republic territorial system of ecological stability have been playing since in 1917, 1970 years, in part to create the ecological networks, allowing wildlife migration across agricultural landscape and increase the biodiversity or preserve this biodiversity. Okay, now, now, like the study in general, in this study or this article was compared the soils of long-established biocorridors of 30 and 60 years with local cultivate farming soils using a wide spectrum of either physical, chemical, and biological tools to ace whether there are indeed noticeable difference in soil property after the 30 or or 60 years. The difference of years is about in three place. This study was in sixth place of sector public and in three place or cities was the time was of 30 years and other 60 years. The hypothesis was that biocorridor soils will display reduce the compaction and significantly improve pore structure, bulk density, water retention, microbial activity, and nutrient availability, and over against thermal soils due to long-term humification and process and the natural sequestration of the carbon. Okay, the next is the material methods about this story. Like I wanna say, the study site was in Czech Republic. For this study, all simple were collect from the six, 40, 40 and 40 to 60 meters wide biocorridors, each of varying length and altitude, and from nearby farmlands, farmland under modern agriculture management in the outer western Carpathian and benchlands. The next is the biocorridor was made up of a continuous stand of first generation mixed forest and varying in age from later 30 or 60 years. And the tree species composition was diverse and typical of low altitudes. And the farmland was sown with common annual or biennial crops such as sweet corn and the cultivated soil layer range of from 10 or 25 centimeters. Okay, the climatic zone or this region is classified as warm to moderately warm. Geologically, most of the plots are clays under the clay with an admixture of fine grain, calcareous and sandstone in all cases, and the soil forming substrates comprise moderately rich to rich and in polygenic lumps of different textures. And in the first table, we can see the position and best characteristics. Uh, Base characteristics of the six biocorridor study sites in other Western Carpathian and benchline in Czech Republic. Uh, there are the six sites. Is Barikov, is Krisanovitz, Radius, is and the other three. And there are these coordinates or and the age and the length of the biocorridor and the topography. Okay. The next was the soil sampling, and these soil speeds were scaped in both biocorridors and farmland to identify diagnostic horizons and soil taxonomic on its units based on the world reference bed. The sampling sites in the farmland were situated perpendicular to the longitudinal axis of the biocorridor and positioned to 20 meters from the biocorridor edge, and the total was 36 salt pits. Salt pits were dug, and 18 in my recordings, and others 18 at pirate sites in a chance farm. And the first was the mix, and the mix samples were taken from 0 to 30 centimeters, and the fin triplicate and is resulting in a total of 108 mixed samples, and the second was undisturbed samples were extracts from depths of 30 centimeters to and one okay and 60 centimeters using a 100 cubic centimeters of iron rain with three replicates for each depth, yielding to 216 core samples in the total. Well, the next is the laboratory analysis. In this case, was to disturbed sample, and the first The first analysis was soil reaction as activity or potential assembly. Then the second was cation exchange capacity. And the was available to transform millage to leachate. And four was the phosphate content determined spectrophotometrically in a solution of this acid and the two acid and the antimony. And base saturation, that was the ultimate, the base saturation. There are the results or the sites characters of the six biocorridor study plots, and the and these sites is for position. The S is south, C is center, the N is north, and the texture class and S is sand, R is silt, C is clay, and L is loam. And finally is the top. The top is the total organic carbon. And okay, the next is the results of this study. The first results are the physical and hydrophysical properties that the table does. In and this table are hydrophysical soil properties and talk. Talk is stuck across by a corridor and farmland plots different input. Is the symbology. For example, in this table, the saturate water context was significantly higher in biocorridors at 30 centimeters depth compared to the farmland. The water rotation capacity parameters show it's like significant difference between the two, biocorridors and farmland. Then the biorecorded soils had significantly higher porosity and lower bulk density than the farmland soils, and particularly at the 30 centimeters, indicating lower compaction in the biocorridors. The farmland soils had more capillary pores, and the farmland soil exhibits in an increased permanent wilting point, 30 centimeters, and this indicating lower water level availability and aeration compared to the biocorridor soils. Um, okay. Overall, these results highlight difference in soil structure and water rotation capacities between biocorridors and farmland. And so with biocorridors generally exhibiting more favorable hydrophysical conditions. And okay, the next is the chemical properties, and this is the table for and chemical social soil properties, ecological cheers plots for biocorridors and farmer 0 to 30 centimeters. There is the symbology. And this table is about chemical soil properties. And and in this table show that all soils were characterized by a relatively neutral neutral soil reaction with no significant difference between biocorridor and and the farmer. And this corresponded with the high degree of by saturation, with saturation of the sorption complex mainly resulting from high concentrations of calcium. Again, is about soil types, total cation exchange capacity increase with the talk with the total organic carbon, and talk more so in biocorridors. Um, okay. The next is the mineral and nitrogen content and soil respiration, and this is the correlation is the figure 5, and the correlation matrix for 8 for biocorridor, and biocorridor is the 8, and formal is the V, and is the soil properties. This is the early symbology. Um, okay, in this table, aside from biocorridor soils, uh, at one site, is the first site was Rizanovis, where ammonia nitrogen was gained 2 times higher, and biocorridor and farmland soils at most sites um, displayed similar concentration of available mineral nitrogen from nitrogen farms. Um, the respiration activity varied over a wide range and difference within localities, especially bird Gruba is the sixth site is the and where values were several times higher than the other sites. And in general, the correlations were stronger for biocorridor salts than the farmland, and particularly regarding the importance of soil organic carbon in biocorridor soils, total organic carbon, the top concentration was significantly correlates with the total nitrogen and nutrient this and the different forms of nitrogen, and while total organic carbon concentration was comparable in all soils, it played a greater role in nitrogen fixation in biocorridor salts. And the strong correlations between ammonia nitrogen and the total nitrogen contents in biocorridors indicate indicate that ammonia nitrogen plays a stronger role in the biocorridal soils, while the significant negative correlations between nitrogen and basal respiration rate indicate the soil microbial play a more important role in the biocorrect metabolic. Finally, is the discussion and the discussion about the analysis and in the physical and the physical properties. The study highlights how soil texture influenced by underlying geological factors, shapes ecological and biocorridor management comparison between conventional farmland and the biocorridor. Area show district difference in soil quality, and the farmland soils tends to be dry, compact, and less arid, while biocorridor soils has better aeration and texture, with lower compaction. The similar improvements in soil quality were observed in other studies, emphasizing the benefits of integrating woodland and biocorridors into agricultural landscapes to enhance soil health and the productivity. In the chemical properties, in this case, the biocorridor soils showed a higher carbon and nitrogen content, attributed to natural process, falling land abandonment overgrowth. The soil's condition varied greatly between the quality and the farmal, influenced by its soil texture and the chemistry such as the pH variations. Your vegetation covers these biocorridors impact soil's chemistry and potentially leading to carbonate, leaching and acidification over time. And the biocorridor salts exhibit lower phosphorus levels, possibly due to the difference in soil analysis and phosphorus binding with calcium and soil texture. But the corridor and farmland soils show relatively high nutrients levels, likely influenced by the fertilizer application. And in the mineral nitrogen and soil respiration, in this study, the difference in nutrient forms between biocorridor and farmland soils were not significant. And like previous findings showing increased nitrates and nitrogen under headwards. Biocorridor salts have lower microbial activity but greater efficiency in using internal carbon source. The farming salts with higher microbial activity from fertilizers and showed increased mineral nitrogen content. And these insights highlight the complex interaction affecting soil nutrients dynamic. And uh, like conclusion, the study highlights the beneficial impact of long established biocorridors in open farming. By comparing these biocorridors with nearby cultivate salts using various analyses, we found significant improvements in soil quality attribute to tree covers, and despite lower overall biological activity in the biocorridor salts. And these findings underscores the potential of biocorridors along with woodlands as valuable tools for enhancing the soil health and mitigating the climate change. However, the future research is needed to understand how biocorridors affect the different soil types and their overall impact on soils biodiversity and ecosystem and function in the agricultural landscapes. This was all for this presentation. Thank you very much for attention. Bye.